I found out that she was cheating on me, I kicked her out of my house. And so I decided to like serve her with some papers. And that started a whole gang of problems.
What is the Clint Tapro 89? What is that?
That's a bar.
$89?
Got thirsty, bro.
No. Thirsty, dude. It's 50% of your assets on freaking beer. No. You can't today provide for your kid with $200 on your account a $900 spent on crap every month.
Nope.
Welcome to Finance Action, the show where we take action. My name is Romain, and today I am with John. John, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well.
Awesome, John. Let's look at your profile. So you are 28 years old. You're originally from Portland, but currently live in Seattle, and you work as a personal trainer. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at the way you've rated your personal finances from chilling to Mayday, John, you rated yourself as surviving, which is okay to hear, but I would like to know more about what's going on your finances.
You know, I'm a father. Like I have a kid that I'm taking care of as well.
Okay.
You know, I don't live where I work, so I have to travel and commute to work a lot. You know, just like a lot of things from there. Kind of just like leading into the financial struggles that I have now, especially coming back from vacation recently.
Yeah, you're on a vacation.
Yeah.
Okay. But I want to dive a little bit here into the parent component. So you have a son.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are 28 years old. When did you have your son?
So I had my son when I was 24.
Okay.
And me and his mom met when we were in college.
I see.
Weren't together that long before we started dating, and then moved in fairly quickly with each other. Mm-hmm. And then we were living with her and her mom at the time. That was also like super stressful because we were like trying to hide it from her mom for a long time.
Ooh,
yeah.
Not easy. Okay.
Yeah. So like secrets built on top of secrets don't make friends.
That's right. Okay.
And then finding that out and having to kind of like get ahead in life was super difficult. That ended up not working out, right? We left from her mom's place. We got our own place. That was too expensive for one of us to hold when we first originally split up. So she and my son left and moved in with her mom. And so I was taking care of this like $2,400 apartment by myself.
Whoa, okay.
And eventually fell like super behind on that as well. And then like left there completely. Moved away for like a year from Seattle, went to Yakima, and that's when I started the whole court custody battle just because we didn't have anything at the time. And so I would just get my son whenever she would let me get my son.
Ooh,
and I was like, that's not cool. You know, I want to raise my son. I want to be a part of his life. And so I decided to like serve her with some papers, and that started a whole gang of problems. That started a whole gang of problems because it went from like me coming after her to like her and her entire family and like their resources like coming after just me by myself. And so having to spend money on people to serve her, having to spend money on like documents, having to travel from Yakima to Seattle to file documents with like Seattle court.
But you guys were not you couldn't have that you know, like conciliation together without having to go to court? She was really not talkative around all that?
I think she got really offended at the fact that I like got her served and got her taken to court.
Why did you go to court before even going the amicable way? Like
because everything like was amicable. Like, I want to say like the big turn was that I had asked her for my son one weekend and she was like, no, we're busy. But I was like, I haven't seen him in a while. I want to go and pick him up. You know, I want to spend some time with him. And she was just like, no, we've got something planned. And I realized at that moment that
you lost control.
I have no say in anything. You know, like the second that me and her split up, I didn't realize that meant that she was going to take my son out of my life. And then I had to like fight for him. So after that long, like almost like 10, 11 month long like court battle, her and her lawyers were trying to, you know, only allow me to get like one weekend a month. I fought, and now I get, you know, every other weekend. I get holidays, you know, anything that has to do with like medical stuff, she has to like notify me first. Schooling stuff, she has to notify me first. Anything important, she has to talk to me first about it. But financially, when they laid all that down, they were like, I should have said something when they were like, do you have any child support like stuff to give us? I was just like, I don't know, nothing. I didn't say anything in court. And her lawyer was like, yeah, we got something. Bam. And then the judge was just basically like, okay, cool. We're going to go with like the Washington average for child support, you know, whatever like the Washington minimum is, like whatever it was at the time, like $15 an hour. That's what he's going to pay. But he has to pay all the way back from when we started this whole process, like almost like 11 months ago. So I got hit with like a bunch of like back payments and stuff, and everything that I was giving her at the time, just because it was like cash in hand or like
wasn't being registered.
Wasn't being registered because it wasn't like it wasn't documented or anything like that. So
like, what brought that much tension?
I don't know. I think it's just like the way we left it. Like I found out that she was cheating on me. I kicked her out of my house. Yeah, it was like a big thing. And then I felt like just kind of like attacked, right? Like I felt like attacked. Like I'm out here by myself. I don't have any family in Seattle, just me and my son. And she's got all her family there, here, basically. And so for me, it's just like I'm fighting an uphill battle, like constantly with her and her family.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure there is potentially many other areas, but we won't dive too much into that. For sure. That personal story. Yeah. Linking back here to the finance component. So at court, you were being asked, hey, here, you need to own us, what, $10,000? How much did they ask you to pay back?
It was like a whole, like almost a year. It was like a year's worth of child support. So close to like $6,000.
Whoa, okay.
Or more, because it lasted like a long time and they have to like file for it.
And were you working at the time?
Yeah, I was working at the time, and I'm giving her money, but it's going like to her, and it's not going like through a third party or anything like that. And I'm not like documenting it, and I'm not even giving her the amount that they even laid down. You know, I'm giving her like a couple $100 here, a couple $100 here, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if she needs something here, like.
And she didn't like represent good faith of that?
No. I mean, now if I do stuff like that, definitely. But like back then, like when we were beefing, no way.
Okay. There's always two sides to the story, but it's good to hear your side on this one. Okay, so that kind of trumble led you to many events that completely made you unbalanced into your finances.
For sure.
Okay. Woo! And then you're coming today with some struggles. I mean, it's rating yourself as surviving, but I would potentially put you higher than that. I will be discussing that together. Guys, hold on. It's going to get exciting. Okay. Don't forget, guys, to stay till the end, as we'll have a follow-up with our friend here on the action that is taken. How do you feel today?
I'm doing okay. Like, I feel like, okay, looking towards the future, it's going to be better.
Yeah, it has to. It has to, John. All right. Actually, as now we thought a little bit about your background, let's dive right away into our first segment, which looks at your income and your assets. So, income. You are a personal trainer. How much does that pay you per year?
I would say anywhere close to like 60,000
per month. Net, you are at around 3,750. Is that fair?
Yeah.
In your pocket.
That's like take home. Yeah,
that's take home. Okay. Looking at the way that benchmarks against the median in the United States, so 50% make less, 50% make more. For the age category between 25 and 34 years old, it is at $51,000. You're at 60, so you're a bump higher. But my friend, we live in Seattle, and you know, your life is not as cheap, huh? Okay. But just a side note here, kind of what brought you into this career? Because it's true that there are many personal trainers. You know, at some point it feels like everybody is a personal trainer.
Yeah.
But what brought you to this career life?
Something happened like to a member in my family, and it really like shook me to the core. And I just like realized that I didn't want to end up like that. And I knew if I ended up like that, I would lose my son completely. And I was super heavy. You know, I was drinking a lot. I was about 286 pounds. And like after that happened, I realized that that's not where I wanted to be, and that I was tired of like feeling this way, and that like poor me, like the world's against me, right? Like, why am I not doing something about it? Mm-hmm. You know, why am I not taking like my life and like my health into consideration? And so like I just took it upon myself like one day to just start running, and like lost a bunch of weight, started eating healthier, got my certification.
Your story potentially is very relatable, to the people that you coach. You've lived that maybe that struggle, if I may say. I mean, it's not a struggle for everyone, but it's true that at least you can relate when they speak to you about their emotions and just the way they want to be. So yeah, kudos to you for going on that journey. Okay, now you have a good income, a decent income, yes. But let's look together at your accounts, my friend, and thank you for providing us with your statement.
Let's go, baby.
We'll start right away with your checking account. At 26 years old, on your checking account here, I see a balance of $240. Okay. I also see that you have a saving account with a balance of $25.
Don't forget that 5.4% APR, baby.
That's right. 5.4% APR, right? On $25.
Let's
I mean,
go.
it's nothing, but it's.
Let's go.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
No. I mean, I got some gold in a box, but that's about it.
Yeah. Do you have any investment accounts?
I have some like online, like cryptocurrency and stuff like that.
Okay.
But those are not doing well. I put like $120 in there like one time, and now I'm at like $6.14.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of shitcoin. I mean, okay. We've spoken so many times about somehow people that come to this show, they are always in the shitcoin schemes. You probably were in the shitcoins, weren't you?
No.
What did you bet on?
So I did like
Shiba Inu or Algorand.
There was this one. It was like green. It was like a sneaker thing. It was like Ethereum for sneakers.
right, of course. Yeah, and then they pay you $1,000 to go walk every day. No, but come on, guys, seriously. No, but pigeons. In French, we call them pigeons. Like, it's people, they sell you a dream that's unrealistic, and then we end up like this. What is this? A minus 92% return on investment. No, but come on. At least you only had $120.
Right.
You shoot your shot, it went down, so okay. But you're not like many who's lost thousands of dollars, dude. I have seen people, and sometimes I go on Reddit, they do the YOLO, you only live once. They put a shit ton of money on some of the stuff, and then they come back 2 months later with they are bankrupt because they went on merging accounts, and then now they are completely screwed. Any retirement accounts? Maybe in your retirement accounts you never thought about putting money in it?
I mean, recently, yeah, but not like, it's not something that's on my mind like constantly,
So you've been
Survival
scavenging.
mode.
You've been kind of trading water since you graduated. You graduated maybe 10 years ago. You've been kind of always in that circle of working of a very fine line at all time?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we want to get you out of that, and we're going to work together on building a plan that works for you, assuming all the condition, the child supports, and so on, which actually, right away, guys, let's move on to our next segment, which is at your expenses and your debt. All right, guys, let's start right away with a fairly common expense to break the ice on those expense roller coaster, which you are stacking 8 pages off. Your rent. How much do you pay for rent?
$1,050.
Oh, okay, that's pretty fair. In Seattle, okay. That includes utilities or no?
No, I think gas I pay at its highest, it'll be somewhere around like $89.
So that's not too bad. You have a roommate?
No, just me.
How did you find a deal like this?
I have a kid. What do I have roommates for?
That's true. That's fair. That's very fair. Okay. All right. Seattle, 1,200. That brings your housing expense against your income at 32%. We like it to be below 28. I am not too annoyed about this. I feel like 1,200.
Okay.
You have your privacy. You have a space for your son. Okay, I say you're good on that. Let's move on to a second type of expense here, which I have a pain on this, man. Oh my God, dude. Transportation. Okay, I haven't yet seen the whole picture, but I saw you coming up, man. You're rolling on a freaking BMW with $200 on your account. What do you drive?
So I drive a 328i.
Right? A 328. What year?
Right. 2010.
Okay. How many miles?
168,000.
Okay. How much did you pay for this?
So I think the loan was for like 7,100, close to it, like 7,000.
7,100.
Yeah.
But how much do you have remaining?
6,050.
Oh, okay. 6,050. What's the interest rate?
Here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
29.9%, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Holy smokes.
I didn't know till today either.
How did you get such a bad interest? It's almost like a credit card. How did you get that?
I was originally they were gonna sell me the car for like 9,000, and then the bank called them back and they were like, "We'll give you a loan for 7,000." The guy was like, "Yeah, I'll give you the car."
Yeah,
bro.
but do you know how much the car is worth today? I looked at it.
No.
Dude, it's worth gear up, huh?
Yeah,
Private party 5,300. Trade in
bro.
2,500.
Bro, that's sad.
No, man.
That's sad. I got hoodwinked.
Why would you go for a BMW? What was the thought process behind it? And I'm not criticizing BMWs, but we know that German engines, they require quite a bit of maintenance, especially when you have a freaking 160,000 miles on it. Huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, miles per gallon is probably awful. And maintenance, I mean, right now you're at the border of, maintenance is going to stack up like no tomorrow.
Yep.
What was the thought process?
Well, I think it was just not having a car, and I needed wheels, and so I just fell into the trap of the deal. You know, like I fell into the guy. He was like, "I got something for you. We'll put you in something today. We'll get you out of here." And I'm a salesman. I know so I was just like, "Yes, just get me in something. Get me out of here."
Are you sure
I'll
that's
pay
sorry
whatever.
coming? Dude, this guy probably make $4,000 on you. Yeah, he probably got that for like $3,000 max. I mean, the deal is not the worst that we've seen, but the car itself, personally, it's. I mean, is it working good at least?
Yeah, it gets me from point A to point B.
Yeah, right. Point A to point B in luxury at 30%. Huh? How much did you put down payment on it? Probably nothing.
I think I put down like 1,800.
Hold on. Your loan was 7,100. And you put 1,800, so you bought the car for 9,000.
I think so, somewhere close to that. I think so.
You got destroyed. But at 30% interest, John, what's your credit score?
562.
560, okay. You've never really worked on to building that credit score?
I have been recently because I'm
Okay.
paying off the car and I'm paying off these child support payments. So
Okay. I mean, now as we think about the rest of your debt, it makes sense as well. Okay, sticking into that car, how much does this car cost you per month?
I pay about $325 per month, but the loan only requires me to pay like $303.
Okay. So you're paying a little bit more. How much do you spend on gas?
$60 a week.
Okay, $240. What about insurance?
It's like $75 a month.
That's fair. So that brings your transportation expenses, my friend, at 17% of your income. Okay. We like it to be below 15.
Okay.
So on paper, you're good. But in reality, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
It's a disaster. Because you would have bought something that's maybe a little bit steep, that's going to give you 5 more years. Maybe I would say, okay.
That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do.
You're going for German luxury with $200 on your account. If something arises in the engines, it's thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I'm done. It's toast.
It's toast.
Yeah.
And you're stuck with $6,000 of debt on it at 30% interest.
Yep.
Pooh, that's tough, huh? I don't like that at all. Okay, let's move on to some of the rest of your expense, and we'll be speaking about that car later on. With $200 on your accounts, you are spending a fortune going out, man, including, I mean, here, what? So tell me, what happened last month? On the 26th, you spend during the same day at Belesti Cafe, 45, Yogurt Shack, 21, TST Tap, 21, Sumo Ibachi, 35. You're spending an insane amount of money during that day. And sometimes it happens multiple times during the month. What happens?
I took a friend out to eat, and we did a bunch of stuff after that. We went and got yogurt. We went and got hibachi. I think I took her and her daughter and her friend out to hibachi.
You're rolling for everyone. Oh my God.
But I'm not even with her no more, so it don't matter.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, I mean, paying for dates, but you're rolling on dates. But, dude, I mean, if I look at some of your expenses here, 35, 47. What is the Clint Tap Pro 89? What is that?
That's a bar.
$89?
Got thirsty, bro.
No. Thirsty, dude. It's 50% of your assets on freaking beer. No. Holy mo. The Fit Bar, $45.
That was my. Those are my supplements. So anything from Fit Bar is like health stuff. So that's all fitness related.
Smoke Shop, 20, 22.
When I go out,
21.
when I go out, I'll buy a vapor too. You know, just gotta have it on me sometimes.
But you know what? It's very simple. I made the sum of the shit that you spent last month that shouldn't be on your statements with $200 on your account. How much do you think you spent?
Probably close to like $100, $200, somewhere around there. I don't know.
Dude, are you kidding?
300, 400. I don't know.
You spent $870.
No.
I'm not kidding. I can show you every single calculation that I've taken. And that includes all the brewer mini bar that you're sponsored to. You know, the mini bar, 39, 46, 24, 28, 32. That's another bar, right?
Yeah.
Dude, $870. Holy mo, dude. That's, 1/4 of your income going into shit. Okay, but at least I'm glad to see, ladies and gentlemen, John here uses his checking account. At least you don't have credit card debt. But you have freaking collection. Let's rock and roll. Collection. I mean, it's not much. $230. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What is this?
I should just pay that off.
Are you kidding? Dude, you know why? Everything links together. Okay? And what I mean by that is you want a nice car, but on the side, you have $232 of collection that is ruining your credit score. And then you end up with 30% interest on cars instead of paying the $200. So what I mean by that, John, is sometimes it's about the order at which we proceed. Okay? And in this sense, it's true that you should have tried to pump maybe your credit score at first.
Like pay that off and then walk in with like that 1,500 instead of 1,800.
Exactly. Maybe you would have had something better. I mean, if it was me, to be honest, I would have never bought this car. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It has to be one of the worst financial decisions that you could have done.
Yeah.
A high mileage, high luxury car, high maintenance, high miles per gallon. No, low miles per gallon, I apologize. If you need transportation like our friend on wheels, you buckle the bet, you don't go to the mini bar. You go on freaking Facebook Marketplace with $5,000, and trust me, you will find a decent car. Look at Toyota Yaris, Mitsubishi Mirage, Honda products, things that are cheap. Today, myself, I am rolling actually change car. I used to drive a Ford Focus Electric that I spent $5,000 on. That would cost me $0. Okay, I got a good deal. I was able to sell it for $8,000.
Let's go.
Okay, and right now I'm running on a Mitsubishi Mirage for $6,000. That gives me 42 miles per gallon.
Okay.
Now I'm not rolling in luxury. You may say, why should we listen to this guy? Well, because on the side, all of the money that I make, I'm investing into things that are creating myself wealth and freedom. And it's not with going the routes of buying high luxury cars like this that you can get yourself out of trouble. Okay, so I want really to shift your mindset. Okay? The task we're done. Now we move forward. Together, we'll get you out.
Let's go.
Okay, outside of this collection, why did you even let that go to collection?
I don't even know. I think I was just lazy and didn't think about it. And I think I think it's because I didn't return the equipment and I still have the equipment in my house.
Oh, yeah. So you spend probably this equipment with fees and so on. It's probably like a $50 modem that now I'm paying $232. That's burnt your credit score in flame. Okay, so it's good to please take actions on little things like this. Do you have student loans?
Yeah, I have I want to say $1,300 in student loans.
Okay, it's not too bad. Is it federal?
Yeah.
Okay. So you haven't spent a dime on it yet?
Nope.
Okay. Your last piece of debt here that you've recorded, my friend, you have what you call other. And that is probably your child support, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you have on this?
So they take out $503 per check, so about $1,006.
Okay. How much do you still own in total?
I would say about 9,000.
9,000.
Yeah.
Do they charge you interest for it?
No.
Okay. But they are going right at the source, picking money from you, huh?
Yeah, straight on my check. I don't even see
anything.
it. Just 500 out. But I see it though. I see where it goes.
You see where it goes?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I see where it goes. It goes straight into my son's mom's pocket.
I mean, she has to assume some of the expenses for your son.
Yeah.
Which is fair. But I know that sometimes when you're carrying high balances on child support, you're kind of in a locked situations, right? Like with passports and stuff. Is that the case for you?
Yeah. So with that, like I've been trying to travel a lot recently, and I went recently to get my passport, and they were like, "You can't get your passport. You owe too much in back child support until you get it down to like below a certain amount. We can't let you like apply for a passport or leave the country because you're at flight risk to not return because you could just leave with that debt."
All right. Okay, so now I have a pretty good understanding of your financial situations, which leads me then to our next segment together, my friend, which looks at the money case. So here, my friend, I want to bring to your attention the component around your car, okay? And how some of the decisions that you've made today are going to tremendously impact your future, but where we want to take action together.
Okay.
While you think that you've made a good deal and you're only cruising on a $6,000 car, my friend, the amount of interest that you're going to throw to the garbage this year on this car, so just paying bank fees on a depreciating asset. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's go.
It's not $1,000, dude, that you're gonna pay in interest. It's not $1,500. I'm not kidding, dude. It's $1,867.
That's crazy.
Not only you're paying a very high interest on this, but you're paying into something that's not creating wealth. It's creating completely the opposite, because if something arises with $200, you can't even cover for some of that.
Yep.
Okay. So I want you to take that money. All right. Just right here. And I want you to do what you're going to do this year if you continue with that, and throw it in the garbage.
Let's go.
Let's go. So your car loan is 3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Over that period, so it's a $7,000 loan. Over that period, you are going to spend $3,700 worth of interest on it. See? See,
Okay.
guys? You think like, oh, I'm just cruising in a $7,000 loan. It's good. No. It's a freaking $11,000 loan by the time you finish those 3 years of payments. This car in total is going to cost you $10,700. And just to give you some perspective, if instead of spending that $10,700 on a car, you would have put that money into an account. You don't look at it until you retire at 60. You open back that account. How much do you see? $225,000.
For real?
For real. It's the value around compound interest. The time of money is in your benefits. You're still in your 20s, your prime years to invest. Every single money that you're wasting today has a multiply effect on how it's going to impact your life. It is insane that $10,000 car is actually costing you $225,000 if you were to invest that money and not even look at it. So that's why you are still at your prime age to take action, and I'm very happy that today we had this intervention together because it's the time for you to completely shift. Otherwise, dude, I see you in 10 years, and every year that passes, you're losing on one of the greatest financial assets that you have, which is time. And we are back, guys. Back after the money case for now, the interesting experience around what I would do if I was in your shoes. So for my recommendation, no financial advice, we're going to follow a 3-point structure. And what I mean by that is, first, based on your expenses here, I looked at every single of your expense, okay? For the past months, as well as some of the discussions that we had, identify your needs. If shit hits the fan and you need to survive, okay? Assuming the expenses around your car, assuming the expenses around your rent, gas, insurance, bit of communication, around $300 worth of food, and the $1,000 that you're spending for the child support. Today, John, you need $3,400. That, my friend, is 91% of your income, which is insane. We want it to be below 50%.
Okay.
Why? Your rent is good. Some of your expenses, like, the cat is not costing you much, huh? But what's destroying you is the $640 that you're spending on your car per month. The second category that we have is what we call wants. Okay, this is money that you can spend on discretionary, on miscellaneous. Your wants right now, the sum that I have is $870.
That's a lot.
It's absurd. It's crazy. It's crazy. I am going to be drastic. And you're not going to like what I say. But today, my friend, you are on your own. You are a father. And 28 years old with $240 on your account. You mentioned you wanted to be ahead. And I know you had some situations that were unfair or unfortunate. That's the past. But today, you're not acting as if you want to go ahead.
Yeah.
And so I am giving you, and that's for your son, $50. That is it. The third category is what I call gold. This is your future. Okay, this is not the mini bar, the Yakima $250 trips, and all of that BS. This right now is at $300. Okay, this is what I want you to save, invest, or pay back your debt. So this is my recommendation. Number one, I want you to do anything that you can to increase your income at work.
Okay.
Number two, I want you to sell that dump of a car as soon as humanly possible. Try to get $5,000 from it. Okay? This is going to free $640 off your back, giving you about $1,000 worth of savings every month.
Okay.
Screw all of that $870 of BS expenses. You have $50 to play around.
Okay.
From that, you're going to start paying back your collection. I mean, pay that collection as soon as possible as well. It's going to help you, your credit score.
Yeah.
But next point is, in a couple months, you go on Facebook Marketplace and you find yourself a decent car that gives you great miles per gallon. Okay? Don't shoot more than $5,000-$6,000. They exist. Don't give me guys the comments. Oh no, it doesn't work. It exists. I've done tens of deals in the past years. I'm a car person and I have fun with that. So those exist. With that car, now that you have in your possession in about 6 or 7 months, you're gonna create a second stream of income, doing things like DoorDash, Instacart, whatever you feel that you can maybe leverage your car. If you don't buy a bun, even if it's a Mitsubishi Mirage, you can still do Uber in it.
Okay.
Not kidding. You now have 2 streams of incomes. You're going to be mostly debt-free, except for that student loan and that child support that you have. And now you're going to start building an emergency fund.
Okay.
In about a year, you can completely change your life.
That sounds fair. That sounds fair. That sounds fair.
If you follow a plan that I will write for you as well at the end of our interview, our discussion, I am betting whatever you want that in about a year, you will be mostly debt-free. You will have a car that's reliable, that's not costing you much. You're going to start to think about building emergencies that is going to give you greater peace of mind, not rolling on the fine line at $200. And you're going to also have a much greater credit score. Now becomes the game of living a real life.
Yeah.
Thinking about your kid. You can't today provide for your kid with $200 on your account a $900 spent on crap every month.
Nope.
So the question comes to you. Are you going to sell this car?
I feel like with everything that was brought to my attention today, I have to. I have to sell the car.
There is no choice.
Right? And I've been without a car before, so that's not a problem, right? If the math makes sense and the numbers add up and I'm going to save more money by getting rid of the car, right? And all I have to do is just work harder, just put myself in front of more people. I can do it. That's not a problem. I've done it before. I've came back from worse,
Yep. So in 1 month, I'm going to call you and I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Is that car sold?
Number 1, is that car sold?
And I'm going to say yes. And if it's not, I'm still going to be working on it.
Okay. It's going to car sold. You're going to tell me yes. No conditions. It's destroying you.
Okay.
Number 2, have you stopped the bunch of stupid expenses here on the side that are destroying you and your budget every month?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. $50. $50.
50
bucks.
bucks.
And that's not even for me. That's for me taking my son out.
Exactly. You can't think about yourself today.
No.
Okay, you shake my hand? All right, man. I'm
I
not
got
kidding.
you.
I'm going to put it on the calendar. And I'm following up with you. I don't care.
I hope you do. I hope you do call me in a month.
All right. Thank you very much for following along. If you like those types of stories, we invite you to like, subscribe. Until then, we see you next time.